everybody doing? Question and answer. I don't do a lot of these, but when I get one that I think is pertinent for everybody else that's considering buying a home down here, then I try to share it with everybody. This question comes from Ronald Pass. It says, you talk on your YouTube about block houses versus wood houses. What are the pros and the cons? Well, that's just getting into a personal opinion, and I'll give you mine. Anybody else that has a response to this, by the way, put it in the comments below, because I'm sure Ron here will read the comments, and because it sounds like he's interested in buying a home here, and he's trying to get some information about the constructions of things here. Here's my opinion. Block homes in a windstorm are prevalently stronger than a wood, what you're calling a wood home. It's just a wood frame structured home. Price-wise is considerably different. For a block home, depending on the size home, you're talking probably between $30,000 and $50,000 more than the exact same home that is a wood structure with, say, vinyl siding, which is what I've got. Most homes here come two ways. They'll have different names for the model of home. Like my home is a wisteria, and a wisteria home is a wood frame, vinyl sided, basically. This exact same home in block is called a jasmine, or the same home. Same square footage generally, the same layout inside, it's the same. You can buy both. A jasmine will probably cost you an average of $30,000 to $40,000 more than a wisteria. And then you can add another 10 grand if you get a golf cart garage added to either home. It's 10 grand basically for that garage, for the golf cart garage. My opinion is, as far as insulation goes and all that stuff, I don't see much difference really inside at all. I've been here almost 7 years, and we have had zero problems with anything, even on the hottest days. And that's the big thing here, is air conditioning, because you're going to use your, we have heat pumps in District 10. We don't have air conditioners, so to speak. It's heat pumps. And the heat pumps work really hard in the summer months. The better insulated your home is, common sense tells you, the less that heat pump's going to run. We haven't really noticed that problem, because right next door to me is a stucco home. Square footage wise is give or take about the same. It's a different model, but I mean it's about the same. His air conditioner sits out there next to my air conditioner basically. And when I first got here, I used to watch them and pay attention to them. They both run about the same. I don't really notice mine running any more than that one. It might run a little more, but if it does, it's really not noticeable, because the air conditioners don't come on at the same time, you know. I'm just kind of guessing how long they're running. But I will say this about a stucco home compared to a wood frame home. It seems that the stucco homes are a little quieter inside. In other words, you don't hear the landscapers' lawnmowers outside as loud as you might in a wood frame home. You don't hear the air conditioner or the heat pump running as loud as you do inside. Now, my heat pump is on the other side of the garage, so I've got that sound buffer there, and my living space is on this side of the garage. So we really don't hear the heat pump at all, as far as that goes. So the difference, other than price, is we were here during a hurricane, And I sat here during the hurricane. I didn't leave. Half my neighbors did leave. They wanted me to check on their property and put it on YouTube so they could see what things look like, and I did. And I also made a YouTube video that way so you guys could see what it was like to live here during a hurricane, to see how the water run, to see damage before or after the hurricane. And I did all them videos. If you go to the file section in my videos, I don't know exactly where those are at. I didn't put a file saying hurricane, I don't think. But you'll have to go through them files. It might be something like, I don't know. You'll have to look. If I find them, I'll try to put a link to those hurricane videos below this video in the description box. That way all you got to do is click on it and you can watch those hurricane videos. But we had no water issues here at all. We had no streets flooded with water in my area at all. We lost no electricity at all, which I expected that, but we did not. I thought maybe some vinyl siding might blow off in a wind because we had 90 plus mile an hour winds here with gusts. 90 mile an hour wind with gusts over that. And I thought, boy, this is going to be a good test on the vinyl siding. I lost none at all. None of my neighbors lost any vinyl siding at all. The only damage we did suffer a little, some were worse than others, mine was minor, is loss of shingles. That seemed to be the only really major loss that we had here. I lost about 20 shingles. I went up and got it, and I just replaced them myself. The contractors were months out to get an appointment for them to come out and fix it, and I didn't want to wait that long, so I just done it myself. And it's not a big deal. Other neighbors here waited literally months for the contractor to come up and put the shingles on their house. Probably insurance claims. To me, replacing 20 or so shingles wasn't even worth the insurance claims. I just replaced them myself. And I replaced them with the original shingles. Here's the hard part here, is getting the original stuff. I could go to Home Depot and get something close, but not quite. I could go to Lowe's and get something close, but not quite. There's only one place to get the shingles that we use here, and that's at a building supply place. It's in, I think, on the other side of Leesburg, and it's hidden. It's behind a shopping center that if you really didn't know it was back there, you would never see it. And the only reason why I got the original shingles was during the hurricane, all the construction projects at the villages, the developer and his land company were doing was at a halt. They couldn't do anything because of the wet grounds, because of all the problems. They just said no, and we're done. Well, when they done that, I was allowed as an outside person to go in and purchase these original shingles. And when I did that, I went ahead and bought 2 extra bundles, and I just keep them around. I'll probably never have to replace another shingle, but if I sell this house, somebody's going to have 2 bundles of the original shingles for themselves. And so that's what I did. But I have to have my house washed. Do I have to? No, I just do. I have it washed every 6 months, twice a year, to keep the bugs and things off of the vinyl siding, to keep it looking pristine and new. You don't seem to collect the bugs on a stucco home like you do a vinyl home, because the vinyl on a hot summer's day gets hot, and will bugs get on the vinyl, they cook right there, and they stick to the vinyl. A stucco home, I don't really notice that so much, but usually in the shaded parts of your entry, that's where the bugs accumulate, is there. And really a broom and a garden hose or something, and you could probably clean them right off yourself. Me, it's not that way. They get on the front of, on this vinyl, on a hot vinyl. When they land on it, they're cooked, and then they stick. And you can imagine, thousands of bugs are getting cooked on your home and sticking. And this company that I use has a chemical that takes all that right off, and the house looks brand new again for 6 more months. Now, like right now, This is February. We don't really have that many bugs right now, and it's not really that hot. I mean, we're talking on an average day. It could be anywhere from, say, 60s to the high 70s. And then we have cold days in between all of that. So as of right now, the bug situation, spiders and all that, we don't really have a concern with that. That's generally speaking in the summer months. Keeping in mind that our spring here usually starts around the third or fourth week in February. They've already replaced some of the flowers in our roundabouts and stuff, the spring flowers. My bushes here, I've noticed, are starting to grow again. I'm going to have to maybe touch the trimming up on it a little bit. So our spring maybe has already started, but if it is, it's very, very early spring. We still get a cold night here and there. But no, the difference between stucco and block is basically the price. Construction-wise, they're both fine. They're all built here to hurricane standard. For the northern people that worry about construction here, they're building homes so fast that do we concern ourselves with the construction? Everything is inspected in between things. Concrete goes in, inspected. The frame of the house goes up, inspected. The electrical wires go in, inspected. I mean, that's how the state does it here. And everything here is built to hurricane standards on new homes. And so it's as good as this can get. So I wouldn't worry about the construction. Just stay within your budget, buy what you want, and whatever makes you sleep at night, always remember, do whatever makes you sleep at night. If living in a stucco home makes you feel better, then that's what you want to do. Now, I will say, it just dawned on me, it just came to my mind. One of the problems that you will have with stucco is as the stucco itself dries and it gets cold, it gets hot, and it gets cold, and it gets hot, stucco has a tendency to crack. And you'll go by a house and sometimes you'll see this crack. And sometimes on a brand new home, and I've seen this, you can actually see where it cracks straight this way, and then straight this way, and then straight this way, and then straight this way. That's the block. And I don't know if it's settling, I don't know if it's just whatever it is, and they have to come back and they have to fix all that. Houses here, when you buy a house, the structure of a house, a new house, comes with a 10-year warranty. I don't know if that would consider to be structure or not. I would think it would be, but what do I know? But anyway, it's a pro and con thing. If you feel good in a stucco house, do it. If it doesn't make no difference to you, save a buck or two. I've got a vinyl home for that reason. I've been coming down here for a long time. I've watched a lot of houses. I've seen no issues with either one of them. It's just a matter of what you want to spend. That's really what it boils down to. Now, if you're going to buy a super large house, I would say go stucco all the way because of the weight constraints and things of that nature. But with that being said, let me get out of here. I hope I answered your question, helped you a little bit in your research. And anybody has a comment about it, put it in the comments below. Help the guy out. I'll see you guys on the other side. Oh, by the way, little tag on here. This Saturday at 6 p.m., Wrestler Mania, a friend of mine, he's also a moderator on my WNL show, is doing a show about drones. And I'm going to use my equipment to bring everybody on a show. And basically, he's going to be in charge of all this because, I can't answer all the questions about drones and the legalities of everything and all this and that. So he wants to do a show, and I said, absolutely, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to win the biscuit, so to speak. And when we've got 808 State, he's a big drone pilot in Hawaii that's going to be on. And Papa Pineapple's here. He's another qualified drone pilot. He's going to be on. And, of course, WrestleMania is a qualified drone pilot. I am a drone pilot, but I am not, I'll say, qualified to be a drone pilot in any way because I just do little things for me. That's it. I don't do anything for anybody else, really. So, got any questions? Got any comments? If you're interested in drones and what's going on in the drone community, tune in this Saturday. It's going to be on my RV channel, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to share it to this channel. So whether you're on that channel or this channel, you should be able to watch it. And 6 p.m. this Saturday. Hope to see you there. And with that being said, let's get out of here, and I'll say, I'll see you all on the other side. Oh, by the way, real quick, morning beer, coffee,